My name is Waffles, and I'm a government whistleblower turned political commentator. Hey, you guys remember how Donald Trump just like randomly out of nowhere mentioned World War III? I have something I want to talk about. This is important. So one of my buddies is pointing out that there's some conflict going on in India. This is really important. Supposedly, India is accusing Pakistan of engaging a terrorist attack in India, and they are calling to remove the water rights, and those people are saying that it's an act of war to be doing that, which, you know, it could cause a humanitarian crisis, if people are deprived of water, but this involves you. So anyways, I'm just expressing my thoughts and my opinions as a political commentator, as an American citizen. I am using my First Amendment right to freedom of speech and utilizing my right to independent journalism. I am expressing my thoughts and my opinions, and these are my opinions only. We're looking at a map. Okay, Putin, he's the one that's doing all the stuff. He's doing all the bad stuff to the people. That's what I think. It's my opinion. But no, okay, you know how Donald Trump has been like hanging out with all these dictators, and that's like really weird. I think I know what they're doing. We are currently zoomed out on the map, but I just want everybody to get a fair visual, okay? My personal opinion. I just wonder sometimes if the COVID-19 virus might have been a biological weapon being used by Russia. Because as a government whistleblower, if you look at my backlog report, which is on Barnes & Noble, as a government whistleblower, what I see is that it certainly appears that Donald Trump and his buddies may have been engaging in financial crimes since the pandemic started. Now, considering that Donald Trump was, president when the pandemic started, and then a bunch of his Republican buddies decided to, a lot of money went missing during the pandemic at our federal agencies. This is what I'm writing about. Why does Elon Musk go running into our federal agencies very suddenly and then suddenly leave? I believe they're concealing evidence of financial crimes. I think this has been going on for the last 4 years. Now, anyways, India is accusing Pakistan of attacking them. Okay. India has a population of 1.4 billion. Pakistan has a population of like 300 million. Okay. We're looking at the map. All right. Now, who the hell are the Houthis? You guys remember that the United States bombed the Houthis? Yeah, I remember that. I'm like, who the hell are the Houthis? Why are we bombing them? You know, my tax dollars are being used on that. This is where they are. Saudi Arabia is another one of the weird people that's been showing up in all these. India is allied with Russia. They got a lot of people. They got the same amount of people as China. China's really big. India is like a third of the size of China, so they probably want to expand territory. Saudi Arabia, so is Putin promising people territories? He's just picking whatever losers he can get to get along with him. He's promising them territory. Pakistan. Okay, so India expand into Pakistan. Saudi Arabia expand into Yemen. This is just, I'm speculating. These are my opinions. Okay. What do we have here? We have a land bridge between continents. Okay. There's a lot of heroin flowing through Afghanistan. I don't think that those people are up to much. Iran mobilizes, but I don't think that they're necessarily wanting to get involved. You know, I don't think they understand what's going on. I could be wrong. Syria is another target, so it's also on this land bridge. So I'm seeing a lot of indicators that they're trying to take over this land bridge. That could be an imminent threat to you guys in Europe. It appears to me that Putin is trying to take over this land bridge. Okay? The creepy weirdo with the concentration camps in El Salvador is here. Okay? Donald Trump has a strange fascination with Greenland. That is here. Russia is here. Okay? Greenland gives Russia direct access to Canada. Canada would be easy to overthrow. They have a small population. If the United States and Russia attack, there goes Canada. But this gives Putin an opportunity to flank in on the United States from the south if these guys are coordinating with Saudi Arabia. This is a land bridge. This is a land bridge. This is a land bridge. This is a bridge between continents. This is a bridge between continents. This is a bridge between continents. Putin needs to be stopped because he is attempting to station himself where he will have easy access to the larger land masses. If he gets stationed, he can do whatever he wants. That's just what I'm looking at right now. I'm just speculating. I'm just making assumptions. Also, I'm going blind. So, you know, I mean, my monitors are on night mode. No, I'm very concerned that Putin's up to something and things are very strange. And I don't know why Donald Trump's talking about World War III and hanging out with dictators and people who would typically be considered enemy nations. And there has been a lot of really weird stuff, like J.D. Vance using an email address from Russia, and people hanging out in Moscow, and the leader of Syria taking refuge in Russia, Bolsonaro being in Florida. Weird shit going on in Texas, including measles, which just popped right up when Donald Trump got elected. So it just makes me think that COVID was a biological weapon because they were so fast to deploy another one in Texas, which is a known hotbed for Russians coming into the country. They come in through the southern border. A lot of people know that. I'm just saying something just in case. I'm just speculating. I'm making observations. I'm looking at a map. I'm like, how does this make sense to my rational brain? Well, that is in the way that it makes sense to my rational brain. So, yeah, that is just, it is something that I am concerned about. My name is Waffles. I'm a government whistleblower turned political commentator. These are some concerns that I have based on the things that I'm seeing. I'm just making observations. I'm speculating. These are my opinions and my opinions only. I am not stating that these things are fact. I am just stating like, oh, look at the map. I see these things. This is what I think about these things. Thank you for your time. I'm coming back on camera. I noticed something else. I'm just trying to figure out what, you know, I mean, looking at the map and see what's going on right now, that it really makes me think that this Russia guy, this guy is doing something. And so I'm just looking at the map, trying to figure out, you know, what could he be doing? Well, okay, so we're looking at the land bridges. Okay, so we got easy access to every nation, but at the same time, okay, look, Greenland, Russia, this land bridge. You guys, this is the highest risk place to be with him doing what he's doing. And whoever's in charge of the United States, I don't know why Donald Trump's in office. I don't know why Biden allowed him in when he knew all this was going on in the first place. And for that reason, I think that Biden needs to be investigated. But, yeah, look at that. Yeah, dude, I don't like that guy. Just a final word here. I do not think that the United States should be so vulnerable to just hand our military over to Russia. That is my opinion, and my opinion only.
So the Olympics is great, and Johnny for the others, you know, the World Cup, Johnny is the head of it. We had our top people, Wasserman. They all came in on the Olympics, and then I saw Johnny, and we got the World Cup too. And you know, it's only because they rigged the election that I'll be your president representing you there. You know, I got both of them. I got the Olympics, and I got the World Cup. And I said, you know, it's too bad. One was in 2026 and the other was in 2028. And I said, I won't be there. I won't be your president. But then they rigged the election and now we won. So I'm going to be your president for the Olympics and for the World Cup. So Johnny, thank you for the World Cup. And everybody, thank you for the Olympics. We're going to have a great time.
Hey guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment to my videos. And also, don't forget to check out my shop where you could get this awesome Real Patriots Punch Nazis t-shirt America. Fuck yeah. And if you go to the link tree in my bio on most platforms, it's got links to everything, all of my stuff. You can find my shop there. I'm on eBay. You can also get this cool Exterminate MAGA sticker, because MAGA's fucking cockroaches. And fuck MAGA. Abolish MAGA. Fuck you, MAGA.
Day.